Welcome to this presentation topic of process management, process of change management, part of again change management. And as already discussed, change management requires a set of process to be followed and involved in it. And if we have to involve the process in a detailed manner, the output of change that is expected in the organization would be much more better. Therefore, it is very important that we undergo a set of process in order to have an effective part of change inside the organization. And what is this actual change management process is nothing but generally a process consists of sequence of steps or activities that a team or a leader would like to implement, follow inside the organization for a particular set of objective or a goal. Similarly, here also the change management process involves three phases: phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3, where phase 1 represents preparing for change and phase 2 represents managing the change and the phase 3 represents reinforcing the change. So it's very important that we undergo all the three phases in order to get an effective output. So let us see what is inside each of these phases. So to discuss with starting with preparing for a change. So preparing for change is again very much important, where you have to define your change management strategy to the employees or to the target group where you want to see the change happening, right? So first thing is we have to make the people prepared in the mind wise to undergo the change, and that can be done by defining your change management strategies in a very easy way to the target people, and that is very much important. And next, once you have communicated, next one is said to be prepare your change management team. So involve the team or help the team to undergo the change which is required by you. So slowly help them to move towards its process of change. So the team might expect your support, the team might expect some flexibility inside the working conditions. So provide them with such kind of flexibilities or the support which is required for the team which is preparing for the change to be undertaken. Next one is develop your sponsorship models. Generally, when you think about a change, it requires certain amount of investment, and here it implies that whether the investment is made by the organization or are we going for certain sponsors model in order to go for the development of the change which is required as part of the organization. Second one is said to be the phase 2. Phase 2 represents managing change, and managing change involves two steps. One is develop change management plans. So you have to plan how to implement the change and how are you going to sustain with the process which you have already implemented. Next one is take actions and implement plans. So you prepare your plan, or on the other hand, your stages, your steps, or your schedule in which how do you want your change to take place in a stepwise manner or in activity based manner, so that we undergo each of the activity one after the other, and then we see that the action plan is implemented for a better output. The phase 3 is said to be reinforcing change. Collect and analyze the feedback, diagnose gaps and manage resistance, implement corrective actions and celebrate the success. So once you have implemented the change, we cannot just stop with it. We have to look into what is the output of it. So collect the feedback from the concerned group which undergoes the change and the group which receives the change, and see what is expected has been come out, or identify the gap between what is given and what is expected. So understand the gap, try to manage the gap and try to give the better output. So you have to diagnose the feedback, the gap, and see that you manage the resistance towards the change and implement your corrective actions, and finally you come out with your product or the goal or objective which you want to succeed, right? And these are said to be the three different stages of change management process, which I have given you briefly in form, where you can easily understand the stages. And all these three stages are said to be very much important in order to have a best process of change to be undertaken in the organization. I hope so. It has given you at least a basic output regarding how the change process takes place. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video.